Hello, what up guys? How you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome today to a new episode. Welcome today to a new episode of the FIFA 19 Ultimate Team Road to Glory. This is episode number 191 and a couple of fairly big changes will be happening pretty much at the start of the episode. So as you can see here, just like the last episode, Cruyff is not in the team, and that is because basically every evening I notice his price goes up a little bit, and I try and take advantage of that by listing him up on the market at a price where it basically wouldn't have lost us really many coins, because we bought him for like 50 odd K less than what I'm aiming to sell him for there. So that is, you know, if he sells, he sells. If he doesn't, he doesn't. That's how I'm feeling about him at the moment. A little bit underwhelmed. I know we found a better position for him as striker in the last episode, and that's a great thing. You know, it's good that we could realise that his potential is better up top. But you know, if he sells, he sells. If he doesn't, he doesn't. So we complete one of the daily Fut Birthday SBCs, and I've got to say they need to step it up a little bit. Those the daily ones like Fut 09, Fut 10, Fut 11, whatever. They need to be much better. I think they should almost like be staggering as we get throughout the list towards the end of the promo. They need to be like giving us 50k packs, 100k packs, and obviously costing, you know, scale that cost as well. But we want to see those good packs. So there you have it. Cruyff actually sold. I was surprised because, again, I then checked the market to see what he was going for. 1.450, which is basically what I paid for him, was on the market, not selling. So selling things overnight definitely helps. So it is a short but sweet. It was a short journey for us with Johan Cruyff. I didn't necessarily love him. I just couldn't click that well with him, and it was fun to try him out and stuff. All in all, we lost about 15,000, 20,000 coins, something like that, which is fine. Doesn't really matter. At least we got to try him out. If he was a complete and utter worldie and really worked for our squad, then that would have been brilliant. But I've got a feeling this guy right here is going to work a treat for us. Welcome to my next biggest purchase in Kylian Mbappé Fut Birthday. 1.3 million coins worth of Frenchman with some pretty outstanding stats. I'm really excited to try this guy. And then in terms of actual stats, like with a marksman chem style, we pretty much max him out in the good areas. So yeah, I'm super excited to have Mbappe in the squad. He's someone which I hold quite close to my heart on the road to glory, because we were actually able to pack Mbappe back at the start, which was like our most expensive pack pool for a very long time. It's still up there on the road to glory as one of our most expensive pack pools. But yeah, like, he's great, and he played for us for ages, just his regular version. And then I had multiple versions of that 87 that I bought and sold. And I always feel like I come back to him. So I'm really happy that we've come back and got my first ever special version of Mbappe. I think he's going to be class. I really do. So what that means for our overall squad is that Zlatan makes his way to the bench. And 5 minutes into his debut, by the way, he bangs a goal in. And I'm just like, yes, finally, I've picked up the player that I wanted. So yeah, really happy to have Mbappe in the squad, as you can probably tell. But yeah, Zlatan makes his way to the bench. I always loved him as a super sub, so that's fine. He can come on at half time, no problem. It means Aubameyang starts again. So Aubameyang starts. We're actually playing our two tiny defensive midfielders. This guy like disconnects or something as we're drawing one on, which is annoying because that's a waste of time. No one gets the win and whatever there. I just have to move on to the next game. But yeah, like, we're starting with two small CDMs in Torreira and Kante. I don't like that because I feel like you should have one brute and one small tricky player like Torreira or Kante. But I don't quite have the right player in mind. I don't know who we could get. I really love, in the second half, playing Alonso as my CDM. I think he works a treat. So I think we're going to stick as it is, which is starting Alonso at left back, playing the first half with him there, trying to risk it out for that first half with Kante and Torreira, then bring Kante off at half time because I prefer Torreira, moving Alonso up to DM and then put in Militao at left back. That works fine for us. That works perfectly, actually. And then bring in Ibra on for Richarlison so that we have Mbappe, Nedved, Aubameyang and Ibra up top for the latter stages of the match. So we're up to 9 wins, which, wait, did we lose that match or win the match? I can't remember. I can't remember how we got on in that game right there. But no, that pushes us up to 10 wins, doesn't it? Yeah, that's right. We won that game and it pushes us up to 10. And then I match up against this guy who's got a super attacking team. And my goodness, was he crazy attacking against me. I basically camped in my own half. And watched him miss a few attempts, and then all of a sudden he scored a couple of goals, and I was like, I'm getting nothing in this game. This is the one that I quit. So I paused, rage quit, we move on to the next one. We take our first loss, so we go 9-1 in the first 10 games. And then I stopped. So and then I moved on to the next day. This is Sunday morning that I was playing this. I come up against another strong-looking squad, and it was 0-0 at half-time. It was a pretty boring match, no real shots for either squad. And then it took until the 80th minute for my defence to just allow Butragueno through, and he strikes it first time and he scores. And I'm like, I don't, what? But I go fully all-out attack to try and get back in this game, and the last player I'd expect to score there is Eder Militao on his weak foot. But I'll take the goal to push this one to extra time. I felt like this was just a weird game that I needed to get into and that I could win. So to push it to extra time felt like the good move, if we could possibly do that. And then that terrible touch from Alisson. I'm just like, what? That kind of goes towards what I've been saying like this weekend on social media and stuff, that it felt like the connection was just, like, well, the first touches and stuff were poor. I don't know whether that correlates to connection or just like gameplay. I don't really know. But this weekend felt terrible in terms of first touches for both me and a lot of my opponent. Like in that game right there, Koulibaly was taking some awful touches from my opponent. So were some of his great players as well. Like, you know, agile players that should have amazing ball control and stuff, just taking the weirdest of touches, man. It's just not on. So I was a little bit disappointed with the gameplay in total this weekend. But we move on to the next one. We've now lost 2 in a row. If you know, that one we quit, plus that last game, and we go 1-0 down in this one. So we'd lost 3 out of 4 games in that last little spell, and then we go 1-0 down in this one, and I'm like, oh my god, what is going on? I'm completely turning to mush. I'm not working here. Something's not right. But we do get a back post header there with Mbappe. The one thing that this Mbappe has that the previous one that I owned, like the 87, didn't, is that this one with the right chemistry style now has insane jumping, like 90 jumping, and he has decent heading accuracy. So I can play him out wide if I want to and stuff, and that will work for us. That he'll actually be able to score the headers and stuff. I wanted to play him as my striker. Kind of realised after a little while that it wasn't working out as well. So Aubameyang will eventually be my main actual striker, and Mbappe goes out to wide cam, and I think that's the perfect position for everyone. With then Richarlison the other wide cam, Nedved a central cam, and then at half-time Ibra comes on. He'll come on at wide cam for Richarlison, because I still think that he does a fantastic job winning those aerial battles, and then having Aubameyang up top just seems to work as well for us. So yeah, like I might miss Aubameyang out wide a little bit because he's been great as a wide cam, but I think that setup is more right, and then obviously in the next episode I'll change my mind completely again, and we'll be playing Mbappe up top, and Aubameyang CDM, Zlatan out wide. I don't know. Yeah, I know I changed my mind quite a lot, but it's all based on the games that I'm playing and like the experience that I'm having. But we're absolutely sailing our way through this game right here. So this was Sunday evening. I then had I played a few on Sunday morning. It didn't go well. I left it for like the whole day because I had like a big family thing on Sunday, and then got to playing again Sunday evening, and things just kind of clicked for me. So that first game right there, we smashed it. You know, we got like a 5 or 6-2 win, something like that, 5-1, something like that. Next game, we come up against a guy who might like SBCs even more than me. He's got a very SBC-based Premier League squad. Mbappe whips a ball in here, and Richarlison rises above everyone. He is also like Zlatan, also like Aubameyang, great in the air. I actually really like him. I'm so happy we got him in red. He's a good starter for our squad. I really think so. I've got enough coins that I could just replace that Richarlison with Fut Birthday Son, because that's someone else I'd love to try out. But I actually don't think that would work as well with the current lineup that we've got in our squad. So I'm going to leave it for now and know that we've got loads of coins available. If the right SBC comes around, if the right icon comes around, we might be able to make that happen. I've been toying with the idea that if there are more icons that come out during this promo that are similarly priced to Kluivert, because Kluivert's tempting me, I don't think I'll do it because I'm not sure that that's the right move. But I'd actually happily put my Nedved into one of those SBCs. I'm at that point with Nedved. I do like him and stuff, but if there were some prime icon moments that came out, maybe like a central player, like a striker or something that was like a full-on default striker, I would be tempted to just put Nedved in and then spend like 600k more of coins that we've got on completing the correct icon SBC. Like, it would have to be the right one. I'm not sure who it would be. It would have to really take my fancy, but yeah, because I know that at some point maybe Nedved will get a prime icon moments, but if he gets an upgrade path, we've seen from the ones so far that the upgrade paths have been pretty terrible, absolutely tragic in terms of cost for the people that owned the previous prime version. So I'm not holding my breath for the Nedved one to be brilliant, So yeah, I actually wouldn't mind just sticking him in, classing him as like one of the 350k baby icons or whatever's on the market right now, and just being done with it if it was the right icon. But I'm not sure how you guys would feel about that. But anyway, we move on into the next one. This guy's got a lot of Arsenal players, like an Arsenal icon as well in Petit. So I would imagine he was a little bit of a North London Reds, is that what they used to call it on PES? North London Reds? I don't know. But I would imagine he is a Arsenal fan in real life. He goes 1-0 up against me, but it is Mbappé to rise higher than anyone to get that equaliser there in the 68th minute. I love the card design. He looks so amazing with that pink and like teal or aqua. And then, well, Nedved plays it out wide to Mbappé, back to Nedved, back to Aubameyang, low driven. And we turn this game around really quickly. He literally went 1-0 up, and then a few moments later, we were 2-1 up. So, yeah, happy with that one, and eventually come away with a tight 2-1 win. But that brings us up to 13 wins, and we just need one more. The light at the end of the tunnel is now purely visible, and I just need this one more win. And I come up against this team, and I'm like, I need to beat this squad. That is a well below average squad for the level that I've been playing in the weekend league. And I started really strong, and then I conceded after 8 minutes. Like, I was fully on the ball constantly in the first 7 minutes of this game. He gets one attack and scores, and I'm like, no, just don't let this happen. Just keep confident, keep calm, and you'll beat this guy. Promise yourself that. And then, like, a few moments later, I'd 1-2'd it with Aubameyang and Mbappé, and Mbappé was there to score the goal. I then get given a penalty. You can see how much trouble Kylian Mbappé is causing these defenders. I love him. I think he's brilliant. I'm really, really enjoying him, considering I was so hit and miss with Cruyff, and, like, I felt kind of underwhelmed. It couldn't be a more different story with Mbappe. I just know that he works on this game, and this is a cool version. I love the card design. It's a much better statted version than we've ever used, and I think he's almost got that Ronaldo factor. A little bit of everything. Maybe people get a little bit intimidated when they see him in your squad, leads to a few rage quits and stuff, and that's what we get. A rage quit there to go 14-3 in the weekend league, which I'm pretty happy with, considering just how badly it went in the middle and how little I enjoyed playing this total weekend league. I thought it was awful. I didn't like the gameplay. I'm actually really happy with how our final result comes about. So we actually unlock a lone prime icon moments, and we also unlock a sweet Adidas kit, which I'm going to use as my main home kit for now. I think it looks awesome. And our lone prime icon moments is going to be, as it rolls around, it could be literally anyone that's out right now, 7 games on a Mexican striker, which is, of course, Luis Hernandez. So, not the best, but a pretty usable one, I guess. 94 pace, 90 dribbling, 91 shooting. He'll be all right. 4-star skills, I'm pretty sure. But, yeah, I mean, what you want to see there is a Brazil flag and then see, like, Ronaldinho or Pele pop up. But, hey, it is what it is. We'll take a 7-game loan on him. Excuse me, my voice is kind of going. But, yeah, I've loved the start of Mbappe's little spell with our club. he's pretty much got a 1 contribution per game, like 5 goals, 3 assists in 8 games. But one of those games was one where, excuse me, my opponent like lagged out or whatever. One, we got a rage quit, so it's kind of a short spell in time. My eyes are watering and there's something in the back of my throat, so I need to end the video now. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Smash a thumbs up. I'll catch you next time. Peace.